Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on road to Tunis. Playing today spawning on the left, we've got Theodosios with Afrika Corps, who's got Elite Forces, Panzer Command, and Battlefield Espionage. On the right hand side is StephennJF with US Forces, who's got Advanced Infantry, Spec Ops, and Armored. In terms of rankings, these guys are neck and neck. I think Theodosios ranked 23 and Stephen ranked 24, so super close matchup here.
Shall we fortify?
You see, just jumping into the building, making sure that nobody's coming up from the other side. We just snake the garrison away from him. In these situations as well, it's always good to, you know, queue up the capture command, then queue up the command to jump back into the building afterwards. Because losing control of this garrison on road to Tunis can be a disaster in the early game, can really make life difficult. Usually it's not too bad for DAC because you can always get a 250 with a flamer inside of it and clear it out again, but with other factions it can be quite a lot tougher. May not want to upgrade your engineer with a flamethrower either. Might want sweepers. It's best just to avoid it, but here we go. Theodosios getting the aggression going. Chucking a Panzer Grenadier inside the 250 and chases away the scout. See, a 4x4 has just popped out from Stephen. Not sure if he's maybe like listening in the fog to hear if there's a Krudschützen. Can do that. And that can make the decision a lot easier to go for the 4x4. 4x4 usually performing pretty damn well against the Krud. I think it's a good option. Hungary's jumping out there. Of course, you know, out of the transport they can fire with all 5 rifles. Inside it's only 3, so you're trying to maximize your DPS. Makes a lot of sense to jump out. But you can see numbers being brought in here by Stephen. Looks like he's going to take this. Theodosios opting for like a faster tech up into an assault gren. So he just doesn't have the numbers here that Stephen does. But while this is happening, Krudschützen finding a window to come down here, jump onto the fuel, and get the decap off. You see that it's maybe a little bit slow starting the auto repair on the 4x4, so not able to respond to this. Got a fresh rifleman popping out, though. Maybe can get the cap off there. Using the heals while he's back there with most of his units. Turbo repairing up with everything. And here he goes. Oh, what happened there? Misclick? With a false start. 4x4 is going Krudschützen hunting, I think. Doesn't quite find it. Just checking if Theodosios has got combat half-tracks yet. No, he's still just operating without the extra armor. And Stephen, we did see ticked grenades quite a long time ago. Launches one out there. He's got the rifleman coming from the other side. Assault Green's dealing with this rifleman. Should be able to win that fight. It looks like this 250 is probably going to get chased down. Yep. In those situations, you do want to make sure you get a little bit closer to it. Not trying to throw the snare at max range, because that way it could get cancelled. You want to get a little bit closer to make sure it actually goes off. Oh my goodness. That 4x4 is so close to death. 4 health. I think some machine guns do like 2.5 damage per bullet, so maybe we could have survived like 1 more bullet from certain weapons, but pretty much on death's door there. Stephen going for healing. Using flanking maneuver just to run out of his base a bit faster, but it's not going to be fast enough to stop the decap on his fuel. And he's losing control of the fuel on the other side as well, but his scout is down here. Might be able to connect that. We do have the machine gun coming down for Theodosios though. Scout sees him coming thanks to its enhanced vision range. And Rifleman just using sprint to run out of base a little bit faster, try to get over here earlier. It's 4x4 waiting for its auto repair to cool down, and there it goes. But this is the problem with this kind of start. It doesn't have an engineer, so it can't plant a mine to maybe catch the Kruitschützen. And maybe, you know, if auto repair timings don't line up well with combat, 4x4 could be sitting idle for a while. But it does give you a lot of firepower early on. You know, this is a lot of stuff at this phase of the game. On top of grenade tech.
The enemy has taken a victory point. Our victory point is
So we did see an infantry support center, so that's where the captain came from. Didn't manually build it. So looks like Stephen planned to play an infantry heavy style. You see Theodosios is locked into battlefield espionage. Do still have that 250 wreck over there, so can run out there and plunder from that later on. Flank maneuver already cooled down. Uses that to reposition away from the assault greens. Very smoothly done there. Look at that. Just completely diffuses that push from the assault greens. And that's the problem with the assault greens. I don't know, man. They feel so impotent outside of being used in conjunction with the 250. After they, you know, assault disembark got put behind Viet 1, I feel like they've just been struggling a little bit. Not quite measuring up. Maybe part of the reason why we're seeing so much palm green spam this patch. Assault greens, you know, they're alright, but they're not good, and they're certainly not as versatile since they don't have snares. So flak failings hitting the field. Doing a bit of damage here and there. Generally though, yeah, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage to use inside garrisons, so if you're looking to stall, jumping inside a garrison's a good way to go about things. See Stephen deciding to go for the AT gun before the Greyhound. If the Greyhound is indeed what he plans to get, which he probably will. And go for the Chaffee straight away, I suppose, as well, but usually not as popular. You see Theodosios opting for the AT gun. I think generally the AT gun has maybe been a little bit more popular this patch than the Panzerjägers. Like maybe if you're planning to get the call in at 6 minutes or 6 minutes 30ish, Panzerjägers might be the more popular option, but you know, at the 8.5 minute mark, I think the AT gun's becoming more popular. Gives them another 250 to maybe jump in to with the assault greens as well. Though they're still not Viet 1 yet, no assault disembark. So Stephen flushing that machine gun out of the garrison. I'm wondering if it was from a grenade or maybe the threat of a breach.
victory point under enemy control.
Repairs coming in. Stephen still has to build a engineer as well now that he's got his Greyhound coming in. Needs to get that going next. There's quite a lot of munitions. And immediately putting a whole bunch of them into the Greyhound. Upgrading both. So he's going for the machine gun first. Kruitschützen zipping out of there though. Greyhound not able to get the kill. I think that's where the machine gun upgrade can really come in handy, because his main gun pretty high chance of missing Kruitschützen because it's just got such a small target size, but machine gun can do consistent damage usually. Oh, there we go. AT gun coming in. My feeling scooting away and gets out of there before the second shot comes off. Very important to be careful with that until it hits Vet 1 and gets that health bonus. Gotta be super conservative with that flak. Make sure you're not falling victim. And that's one big benefit to the Panzergrenadier's LMG. Does huge damage. It's got really good penetration. So once LMGs pop on those palm greens, makes it really hard for the 4x4 to operate. You may remember, like, it would have been like probably over a year and a half, 2 years ago. Bars used to be similar, but they got nerfed in their penetration, but never happened to the other LMGs. So they start to give ultralights a real headache once they're online. Kind of limits the window of effectiveness for the ultralights. Except against barred up riflemen. Even barred up riflemen, you know, obviously they do better, but Palgrit LMG's super high pin.
Infantry! Fire on enemy troopers!
Speaking of LMGs, bars popping now for Stephen. So far, I'd say pretty textbook build orders here, just Stephen opting for the 4x4 and no second like engineer or second scout. And so far has gotten away without building an engineer as well. But he is floating quite a bit. Definitely should have one on the field by now. He's gone for a mortar as well. Very sensible. He's up against a machine gun and a T-gun. Even just like the smoke from the mortar is very, very valuable. I feel like the flak feeling on attack ground is just not that effective. So if you want to like go for a cap in the middle, that can work out very well for you. But yeah, not a lot of kills or deaths happening so far. Both players playing pretty conservatively. Just poking and prodding, looking for the best possibilities. So he's gone for capture on the 4x4, which can be very helpful to use for back capping. And if it happens to run into a crud shooter while it's back capping, it will still take that down really quickly. But yeah, he's feeling the impact of not having that engineer already constructed. Greyhound's off the field for a little bit longer than it needed to be. And it looks like he's going to go for survival training first. Going to give his unit some extra health. Kind of interesting. It's cheaper, right, than logistics. Okay. Gonna come back out with the Greyhound, do some damage. We'll survive one AT gun shot, so it's not that risky. Especially if you haven't seen any Panzerjägers. So you know they're not going to be like hiding here, and maybe there could be like a combination of the Panzerjägers and an AT gun. Could quickly knock out the Greyhound.
Mechanized combat groups are ready for selection.
Don't know if I've seen the captains of Vet 1, whether he selected Mark yet or artillery. I would guess artillery.
Point is being taken from us.
I think Mark can be really helpful against DAC if you're fighting against Stug Ds. It's the extra, yeah, you just kind of need the extra boost it gives you against a unit at this stage, because USAT gun especially can struggle quite a bit to penetrate, but he's not against Stug Ds, and there's no mechanized coming in, so artillery makes sense. Okay, this machine gun gets decrewed, but scout nearly went down. Plenty of stuff there to regather it though. Is Vet 1 on this now, so even if a second shot connected would survive. Gets the decap and then gets out of there. But here we go. Humveen's chasing away. They got a little bit of speed buff from combined arms as well, so they could have made a bit of a chase. Applied a bit of pressure, but yeah, okay, here's a bit of a move from Stephen. He's coming in, he's sprinted up here. He could actually do quite a lot. He could have kept going and flanked this AT gun. But he just decides to play it safe. Did see that Theodosios gone for the incendiary munitions. Buffing up his AT gun, buffing up his snares. Okay, a bit of assault disembark action, but the Greyhound's coming across. Didn't even retreat, just able to sprint away with the rifleman. Greyhound's still over here. It's going to come back. Looks like Theodosios committing to killing off the building. I think the building is more of a problem for him than Stephen, because obviously Stephen's got the mortar. And maybe the captain's artillery to help clear it out. Sprinting in, trying to get the snare from the crowd, but it's too fast. See him winding up, but unable to lob it out there. And that crowd system makes such a big difference. You know, it's strange, but the amount of extra map control you get by having it alive is just remarkable. I feel like so many games I lose on DAC is because I lost the crowd schützen. We have a second AT gun that's been picked up by Stephen. Looks like he A-moved this forwards. So you can see it setting up, tearing down, setting up, tearing down as this came in and out of vision. And it's gotten into a bit of trouble here. My feelings on the chase. Where's the second AT gun? Okay, it's pretty close by. And now he's behind the garrison, so this AT gun's not going to be able to get involved with Theodosios. He's got the super sneeze though, the extra damage. Looks like he's going to try hitch up and tow this out of here with the 250, but I ain't able to do so. I feel like towing's improved quite a lot for heavy weapons, but for decrewed AT guns, it still feels quite clunky to me. Okay, Renterblob coming out. And that takes out the Kreuzschützen real fast. AT gun setting up. You can see this one killing off the second AT gun of Stephen. He doesn't have firepower to save the day here. He's got a good machine gun positioning as well for the Renterblob. Does need a squad to sit in front though, till they get suppressed. Okay, he's going to smoke it. It's also a good option. Some repair, but remember, repairing in combat is so much slower nowadays. So he's not able to get the job done here. So he remains with engine damage on the intercept path here. He's going to be able to get another super snare out. Not Vet 2 yet though, but I think Stephen making a big mistake not continuing to back down the road. Stop for a few seconds there, allow the AT gun to catch up. His Greyhound dies. So those are some major setbacks for Stephen. AT gun and Greyhound going down. Didn't get anything in response. And I will say that he does need to knock out these Rex as well. He's going to go for a sneaky decap on the cutoff. This is quite risky, but I guess he feels like he's a little bit behind. Needs to make something happen. Probably doesn't have enough firepower to wipe this on retreat, so fair enough. He's pushed up with the AT gun for the flak feeling. Surprised he has vision on this. Not entirely sure how. AT gun missed though, a little bit unlucky for Stephen. He's decided to go for a Chaffee, 4x4 on the cutoff, a little bit too long. Ends up going down. I feel like there's one situation where if there was some order you could give, like just decap the cutoff, then queue up a drive away, he probably would, but that doesn't exist. And oh my goodness, he's side-ticked to a weapon support center and he's building a sniper. Coming in here with the Chaffee. Takes 2 shots. He's going in. He's one more and he gets it. AT gun's back there. Theodosios maybe getting a bit greedy trying to cap with it. He's a little bit too far away. And the Chaffee gets the job done. Gets the kill. AT gun really should be trying to kill these Rex though. Really needs to kill these Rex. He's already seen these up against Battlefield Espionage, so he knows that plunder's on the table. Super important to deny both the resources and the extra weapon. Sometimes, you know, you might not want to kill a wreck immediately if it gives away your AT gun's position and you're trying to use your AT gun to kill the enemy's like vehicle or something like that, but in this situation, he just straight up needs it. He's got some reinforcements coming in to beat Theodosios. There's the sniper revealing itself, I think, with the first shot. Don't think it landed though. Would have been a close fight. It was like a Vet 1 rifleman, but they got the 10 health boost. Theodosios, of course, has gone for bolster. Went for a bit on the late side. Does have plunder ticked as well, so hasn't found a time to pick up anything, but still that 250 wreck over here, which would be like the safest place to start if you maybe sending a squad out this way, which is maybe what he's going to go do now. This is a great opportunity to do some plundering. Looks like the scout sees it. Backs away. Good reaction times from Stephen there.
Preparing your vehicle crews for mass infiltration assaults.
But yeah, there we go. Plunder. Not a huge amount of manpower, but gets the Braider. Gonna make that Panzer Grenadier very tough to deal with. Second Chaffee for Stephen, so he must be expecting a Panzer III about now. He's trying to shore up his lines. And he's actually kind of taking control of this game in spite of maybe losing a bit more. Because, you know, he's got casualty recovery on his med tent, so it's helping mitigate some of the losses. It's not investing in tech like Theodosios has, so he's just got more stuff and more strength. Sniper getting run off here. One problem for Theodosios is that he doesn't have any indirect fire yet. No LEIG call-in or anything. I don't think we've seen him use his second call-in. I think he's maybe... Is he trying to go straight for a Tiger? Kind of seems like it with the amount of resources he has. That would be quite hard for Stephen to keep up with. And this is a good idea, like... The Chaffies with their machine guns actually do respectable damage. So if there's just absolutely nothing for them to shoot at... Why not bring them in to help chase away? Especially if you know the AT guns on the other side. Theodosios complaining about lag. Looks like he's going to lose his palm greens because of it. Unfortunate. Drop a Braider there.
You guy, follow me.
Sniper up to 3 kills. Pretty close to V1 already, though. Looks like he reproduces their lost palm grenade. Raider picked up by the scout. Still leaving these wrecks around, though. Still got that 4x4 wreck down here. See, he wants to go salvage it and plunder it, but he's getting sniped. This is quite risky. Oh, and the wreck ends up dying. Oh, but here's a problem. Stephen a little bit slow. Okay, the snare didn't quite come off. So Chaffee gets away. That was a bit of a close call. Meanwhile, Renterblob running down the middle of the map. But here comes the Tiger down the middle of the map as well. Renterblob is actually knocking out the tier 1 tech. Remember, these no longer have focused vehicles enabled. So they will attack things like bunkers and buildings. So yeah, he's just going to lose his tier 1 here. Theodosios, I mean, also smoking out this bunker, so maybe they can go in there and do some damage to the rest of the base as well. The mid trucks even, perhaps in a bit of peril here.
Enemy forces have engaged our Panzer Army
I wonder if the base MGs ever got like the AoE suppression buffs that other machine guns got.
Sector has been claimed by the enemy.
So like a separate entity in the stats files, I'm pretty sure. Got an airburst barrage from the mortar in the middle. Meanwhile, the Tiger getting off to a slow start, and we see that Stephen does go for Mark. Did not go for the artillery. I suppose that makes sense if he's planning to go for this extended motor pool play with a lot of rifleman upgrades. He's not going to be fielding any Hellcats anytime soon, so wants to have as much anti-tank as he can get. So he needs the Mark to maximize that. Okay, does plunder, gets the scope rifle on the Panzerpios.
A victory point is being taken from us.
I think probably like the best plunder is putting a bar on the palm greens, right? Sometimes putting extra bazooka on your Panzerjägers can be really good as well. Especially if you're up against like Scots, I find that really helpful. Tiger's frontal armor bouncing, even the armor piercing enabled rounds. Here comes the palm greens pressuring their AT gun. Don't know whose smoke that is, but if the Chaffee's got smoke, would maybe be a good chance to pop it, cover the retreat of the AT gun. Made out sprints. Still took a good chunk of damage, but probably the Vet advantage good enough to win. So Stephen's got a bit of an opportunity here maybe to do something to the Tiger if he can catch it a little bit out of position. Doesn't have a second AT gun to support it yet, Theodosios, so does have some opportunities to do something, but certainly won't be easy with, you know, 3 palm greens with the super snares, you know, the extra damage and the incendiary munitions. This can go wrong very quickly. But alright, Stephen's not deciding to invest into a Hellcat. He's going to go for a bulldozer. So he needs to bolster his anti-infantry a bit. Marking. I guess Stephen's just relying on his mobility to carry him. Chaffee's going in for maybe a base inspection, mid-tent, or mid-truck kill.
We have lost control of a victory point.
It's a nice move if he can make it work. This is a really good way to draw attention away from the middle as well, from wherever the Tiger is camped. Here he comes, he's on focus vehicles. Oops, one. Super Sneer's not enough. Oh, this Chaffee, I don't know what it was doing. Hold on, the Chaffee got engine damage from that? It's got 480 health. I thought that Sneer did 200 damage. Is that not... It should not be enough for engine damage, right? How did that happen? Not sure. Did it take enough damage from like the base MGs to get engine damage there? Did see it taking some chip damage, I think, from the Palm Greens LMG as well. Unlucky for Stephen. I thought that was looking pretty good. But yeah, that's the benefit of the Super Sneeze. The extra damage from them just matters so much. Another 40 damage goes a long way.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
Yeah, still not sure how that took engine damage there, but both Chaffee's going down, and Stephen's just really, he's not killing any of these wrecks. It's a big problem, but maybe he's going to kill this one now.
Our territory is in enemy hands. Armored reserves are ready for deployment.
That one back there is nothing he can do about it. Looks like Theodosios maybe he's forgotten about it, hasn't plundered it. Still has weapon slots available on all of his units apart from the Panzerbows. How's that sniper doing? 8 kills so far. It's doing alright. Oh, that's a bit unlucky. Mine gets triggered. Don't think he saw that. Sniper able to get quite a few nice shots off here. Bulldozer coming around the corner as well. Okay, Bulldozer's got a wipe opportunity here. Oh, we can see his barrel just spinning around a little bit too slowly to actually get a shot off. And Stephen's not going to risk chasing. I think if he, you know, when mechanized support center and had heavy barrels, machine guns probably would have got the job done there. But he went for infantry, so it's not a possibility. Winterblob rolling through the middle of the map. That's going to give Stephen a bit of breathing room. Just chucking some cannon fodder forwards like that. Gives him space to operate elsewhere on the map. The Tiger's got its hands tied, dealing with the Winterblob. And we'll remember that super bazookas does apply to the Winterblob units. So if you're spamming this out quite a lot, can actually be a decent shout.
We have lost control of the victory point.
To go for super bazookas, because of course Stephen already has weapon support center down, so why not?
Under enemy control.
This pretty much has population limit too, so built a Hellcat with the pop cap that he freed up by losing those 2 chaffies. All planned, I'm sure. You see that Theodosios is under quite a lot of VP pressure as well. He's got quite a lot of munitions saved up though. Nice airburst onto the AT gun.
Territory sector out of contact.
Gets it super low. Scout getting flanking maneuvered into there. Sees the Tiger coming, he's like, okay, let's get the hell out of here, actually. Not like what I see up there. Could easily get one shot by the Tiger. Double AT gun's in a good position for the start of this. He's got the mark active on the Tiger as well, so it's taking quite a lot of damage. The T-gun gets smushed, though. He's got the snare squad on the intercept path. Oh, and what the hell? Rear engine. Did he just get engine damage and 1 AT grenade thanks to the rear? Gonna kill this off. Where was his AT gun? Okay, he's back at base healing still for that engagement. Oh, super close, but the Palm Breeze gonna get out of there. You get double scope rifles on those? No, he went for the sweeper as well. Don't even know if you can pick salvage twice with that. I'm not sure.
Proximity alarm near our
Plunder.
munitions point.
Salvage. So Theodosios is feeling a bit of pressure right now.
We do not hold any victory
He's gone for vehicle auto repair as well as survival, so oof. It does free him up a bit. He puts the mark on the Panzer III. Okay, he's charging in here. Oh, Panzer III dies super quickly. Tiger's still thrusting forwards, but he doesn't have much support. There's no infantry, or there's not enough infantry here. Tiger taking quite a lot of penetrating hits. Decreased the AT gun just in the nick of time, though. Otherwise, he could have been in real trouble. And the Hellcat may be disengaging at a bad time. 2 more shots, and I think the Tiger's dead. Ruffin sprinting in from the other side. Can they get a snare off? The Hellcat's still inactive, though. Looks like he's going to give up the chase. I think there was more on offer there for Stephen if he just stayed in with the Hellcat, but he played it safe. And he ends up only losing the AT gun, but there's more potential there.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
16 kills on that sniper. It's doing pretty well. I think one thing I've found, I've been playing quite a lot of sniper builds myself recently, is that its performance at clearing units out of cover is actually pretty bad with the aim time nerfs. But because Stephen's got the mortar to help clear units out of heavy cover and whatnot, he's just free to use the sniper to shoot at units that are out in the open. And in that role, with the rate of fire buffer, it is actually pretty decent. So it's an interesting combination he's got. Okay, grenade assault. But nice retreat path through this gap instead of down here, because he doesn't really run into it. You can see Theodosios under so much VP pressure. He's feeling the need to push forwards with this Tiger here. Get something going. This is again maybe where like a Crutchitson rebuild might actually work out alright, just to go for some VP captures. And one problem with Theodosios' build is that he never put down a transfer depot, and he's got so much munitions banked up. If he had a transfer depot, he probably could have done like 4 transfers by now, and he'd have hundreds and hundreds more manpower. It's one of the real strengths of this battle group, as we saw in my cast the other week. If you can get like a couple siphon beacons down and then do some transferring, you just have a glut of manpower. But Theodosios never opting for that. Maybe on this map it might be a little bit harder. But I don't know, I think he could have chucked one down here and at some stage, or even over here, defended it alright. I think this one's probably like the safer of the two. But at the moment, like, yeah, the rest of the battle group doesn't have a huge amount to spend your munitions on. Like Operation Scorpion's something you pop if you're making a big all-in, but it's not super good usually. So a third Hellcat now being picked up by Stephen. I don't know if he's going to have enough room in his army to actually get it onto the battlefield. Still got that Greyhound out here ready for the plundering. But Theodosios is really struggling for manpower at the moment, even though, like, KD-wise, it's pretty close. You know, again, the casualty clearing difference. Very impactful. Casualty recovery. And so far the Tiger hasn't actually been that strong. It's been pretty good at decrewing AT guns, but hasn't been wiping infantry as much as I usually see it do. And Bob just buying some time against the Tiger. Become the Hellcats. AT guns, yeah, gonna need to set up the machine guns back there. Tiger switching over to shoot at Hellcat. Oh, Hellcat penetrates and then it gets away on a pixel. Theodosios calls the GG. So I would say things are looking pretty good, like for Theodosios, up until he got the Tiger out. But yeah, as I said, the Tiger didn't seem that impactful. He lost that high vet palm green to lag, and then the wheels really came off for him. Stephen just accelerating in the late game, completely overwhelming with way more units. I think Theodosios is missing opportunities for plunder. You know, we saw there were so many wrecks on the field, so many. I think he only plundered like 2 the whole match. There's one, you know, that Chaffee behind his base, the Greyhound out on the edge, a couple 250s on the field. You know, that's maybe extra like 400 manpower right there. That's an extra unit. And more firepower on his stuff as well. So he needed to be more active on the plundering. And back the other way, Stephen needed to be more active on killing the wrecks. I'm sure he's going to get punished for that at some stage. But yeah, I think Theodosios really, he needs to put down a transfer depot somewhere, because we saw he had like 250 munitions, not much to do with it. I think that's really like one of the big strengths of that battle group, and helps you keep up with US forces and their manpower recovery in the late game. But yeah, Stephen, good use of the renter blob, just gave him a lot more space. You know, he'd just like send it down the middle of the map. They'd go charging in, and then he'd go like cap on the other two sides, keep the VP pressure up. Theodosios is having trouble keeping up with that. As I said, like, you know, when the Kranschützen is on the field, Dak can exert a huge amount of map control pressure, but as soon as it dies, it can be hard to just like send one of your high value units out to the sides, right? You got like 3 palm greens usually, so you might be outnumbered, 3 palm greens versus 4 riflemen, something like that. So you're outnumbered. So sending one of them out to the sides can feel very expensive. Then maybe your panzer pies need to stick close to your vehicles, use them for repairs and stuff. It can just be hard to find an opportunity to go out to the edges and cap. And that kind of caught up with Theodosios. But yeah, interesting build from him. Like, no combat half tracks, which meant I feel like, you know, the assault squad just wasn't that good for him. Maybe if he's planning to go for like bolster and stuff, maybe he'd be better off just skipping that, getting another palm green early. Because yeah, we saw from Stephen, like between sprint on the rifleman to run away from the assault disembark, or maybe the captain's flanking maneuver, the 250 with no combat half tracks and an assault disembark was just no good. Just didn't work at all. But yeah, GG. Well played by Stephen. Pretty conservative early game from both players, but got a bit hectic later on. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like a game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.